Well, good morning, everybody. Meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Thursday morning, shortly after 7 a.m. We have just a couple of clouds out there this morning across southern Nebraska and northern Kansas. Otherwise, plenty of sunshine. The winds are relatively light. Most of us winds are under 10 miles per hour, and we're going to keep it that way today. The wind's not overly strong. Winds will change direction. There's actually a weak cool front that makes its way south into the area later today. That frontal boundary near the Nebraska-Kansas border by 5 o'clock this afternoon here. You can kind of see it with the wind change right there. It's not much of a front though, because it's only going to be a few degrees cooler in the north compared to the south for today. Heading into tonight, the winds stay relatively light, under 10 miles per hour. Skies mostly clear. Then tomorrow we start to pick up on more of an east and southeasterly wind during the day tomorrow, as depicted by the arrows there. And that's going to bring in just a slight warm up out there, maybe a slight uptick in humidity. Plenty of sunshine still expected for your Friday, and overall not bad, just warm out there, above average temperatures expected to wrap up the work week. So highs later on today, anywhere from the lower 80s up north to near 90 in northern Kansas. I'd say mid to upper 80s are going to be pretty common for today. Average high today is about 82 in Hastings and Grand Island and 81 in Kearney. So this gives you an idea of how much above average we're going to be later on today. Tonight, dropping back into the mid and upper 50s and lower 60s. That's very close to our average lows for this time of the year. Highs tomorrow just a little bit warmer than today. We're talking mid to upper 80s and maybe a few more locations getting up to around 90 degrees. Tomorrow night, a little bit warmer yet, upper 50s, lower 60s. And then as we get into your Saturday, along with it being a windier day, it's maybe just slightly warmer, a little better chance of us getting close to 90 in the Tri-Cities. We'll go with mid and upper 80s and lower 90s for your day on Saturday. So summing up those 3 days, like I said, not a lot of wind today, a little bit more tomorrow, but then a little more noticeable, I think, on Saturday. 20 to 25 mile per hour winds, kind of similar to what we had yesterday, except out of a different direction. They'll be out of the southeast, but we'll keep the sunshine around on Saturday. But then things start to change after Saturday. Check out these temperatures. A little more forecast model consensus, basically indicating it's going to get hot again here. It's going to stay windy on Sunday, very similar winds to Saturday, those 20 to 25 mile per hour winds. A few more clouds around. There are a few forecast models that hint at precipitation, not just Saturday night into Sunday, but also maybe Monday and Tuesday. Most keep the Tri-Cities dry. It's kind of very isolated moisture chances here, but some parts of the local 4 viewing area we may have to watch for at least some precipitation, but the majority of us will likely miss out, and it's going to be more about the heat and the dry weather than anything. Again, mid 90s and then eventually maybe even upper 90s there on Wednesday. Triple digits not out of the question. Long range temperature trends do keep things above average all the way through the end of next week here, although some models, not all of them though, do indicate maybe cooling back a little bit towards the very end of next week, around the 19th and the 20th of the month here. So that would be nice to see. This one just goes to lower 90s. Some do bring back 80s to the forecast, but overall, until then, we are going to feel that heat much of next week. And that does bring up concerns of drought conditions starting to inch their way into the area, settle in a little bit more here when you start talking about hot and dry with very little moisture. And we haven't had a lot of moisture lately, especially in the Tri-Cities area. We'll have to watch that as the concern for drought does start to come up a little bit here when we start to look at weather like this. So there is your forecast for today. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you all have a wonderful Thursday. Should be an enjoyable day. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention real quick, I forgot to mention here before I wrap it up, humidity-wise. Not bad, very low today. Tomorrow still not too bad. It starts to creep up a little bit next week here. I think the worst of the humidity is going to be in eastern Nebraska, though. That's where you start to talk about dew points closer to 70. It gets a little more humid here in central Nebraska, but not oppressive. So it's kind of like what we dealt with last week here in central Nebraska. It was hot, but it wasn't overly humid. We'll see more of that, I think, as we get into next week. Now we can wrap up that forecast. Thank you for watching. Have a good Thursday. We'll talk to you all later. God bless. Bye.